2015 is finally here. Another year, another reminder that we're all gonna die eventually. Why the hell even bother? The best part about video games is that none of that pesky death stuff is involved. I mean, you can die in a video game, of course, but I mean, you, as a physical human being, in reality, you're left intact. Unless you're playing Sword Art Online or that one game from Fairly Odd Parents, but those are both impossible. Everyone knows kids don't exist, but it still sucks to die in a game. Sometimes. Other times it's a hoot. Sometimes it's just like, whoa man, that was great! Why don't I die more often? Dying's fun! Everyone should die! So here we are. Here is the top 10 game overs in video games. And it's my top 10, not the definitive list. So, alright, okay, you know what, alright, I'm gonna skip the 2-minute disclosure on opinions on the internet. I'm sure that we would all love to get into arguments about screens that transpire after keeling over. It's exciting. Now this first one admittedly ain't anything too spectacular, at least maybe to you, but I mean, it's here, so.
I'm not a big Final Fantasy player. The only game I've ever played longer than like half an hour is Final Fantasy X-2, and not because I liked it necessarily, it's because I had nothing else to play at that particular moment in time. But regardless of circumstances behind it, this is the only one I've played long enough to experience a game over in, and as such is the only Final Fantasy related game over I considered for this list, in the event that there's better ones, and in the event that I care, and here's a hint. So, pretty self-explanatory game over we got here. Yuna, Riku, and Pain kick the bucket, screen darkens, the game over text is displayed, GG, retry, no problemo. But the music that plays is actually surprisingly calming and soothing. The game's like, don't worry, dude, you screwed up. Big time, actually. Like, really, that sucked. You really should have leveled up a little more. Maybe got yourself a better dress sphere, but hey, it's okay. We're here for you, man.
A lot of game overs you're gonna see on this list make it a goal to rub it into your soul that you just failed. But in FFX.II, you die, and you get a game over. But it's done so majestically.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know, why not?
Okay, last one that isn't super duper spectacular, I promise. I promise. We're getting to the good stuff in like a little bit. I also have to say I was unable to get or find the appropriate footage for this segment, so you're gonna have to settle for a lot of text. I mean, hey, don't look at me. I can either make a video look pretty, or I can lie to your face. Which one would you rather want?
When you die in most of the games in the Call of Duty series, you're usually greeted with a fade-in of text of a historical quote. These can range from a wide variety of world leaders or other important historical figures, and a wide variety of particular topics involving politics and warfare. Some of my favorites include this one by General George S. Patton. The object of war is not to die for your country, but to make the other bastard die for his. I like you, George. Or how about, war does not determine who is right, only who is left.
Oh! Bertrand Russell with the smackdown!
Friendly fire isn't. Unknown. Oh, he's my favorite politician. If at first you don't succeed, call an airstrike. You know I need to get 5 kills before I can call one in. Come on, Unknown, get it together. Live well, it is the greatest revenge. Well, thank you for telling me that while I'm in a video heavily involving death. You must not fight too often with one enemy, or you will teach him all your art of war. Well, my art of war consists of crouching in a dark corner with a Spaz 12, and I think the guy was also doing that to begin with. He also said some rather rude things about my mother. I don't recall teaching him that either. War would end if the dead could return. That one's alright, 6 out of 10. These quotes were like little mini history lessons you got to partake in before a previous checkpoint loaded and you jump back into the action.
Now, I haven't played a COD game since Modern Warfare 3, but supposedly, I heard that they removed the quotes from the death screens when you die. What the heck are students supposed to tell their teachers? Look, Miss Smith, I know I sleep a lot during your class, but I swear, it's not my fault that I keep failing your tests, alright? Infinity Ward took away the historical quotes from the jelly-filled death screens. No, don't call my parents again! No, I'm gonna get grounded again! I'm almost 7th prestige!
Five Nights at Fredburgers.
Now chill out. I promise I'm not gonna pull off any jump scares, alright? I did that once, and you all never let me hear the end of it, so you're fine. You're safe. Or are you? What if I am just currently leading you into a false sense of security?
When one says game over and Five Nights at Freddy's in the same sentence, one would automatically assume they're talking about the jump scares. Now, I admit, I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to stuff like this, and they do get me from time to time. But I'm not talking about those 2-second animations, nor am I talking about that still screenshot afterwards with Freddy looking at you oddly seductively. Every now and again, after letting your guard down or getting screwed over by Balloon Boy, again. Very rarely, for no reason whatsoever, instead of going back to the main menu, you're Atari. Oh dear God. We're not gonna play Firefly, are we? Nah, man, I'm good, it's alright. I'm going back to Chico over here. I'm not doing this. Hey! Let's see, baby! These minigames are weird. There's 4 different ones, and they all have varying objectives, I guess. In the interest of time, I ain't gonna go over each one individually in detail, but let's just say I wouldn't know where the hell to start anyway. The minigames involve playing as Freddy, the puppet, or Foxy, and usually involve taking care of little kids. Be it giving them cake or... these kids are dead. Yeah, we ain't taking care of these ones. Supposedly, these minigames serve as minor hints into events concerning the plot, and there is that pretty solid game theory video about it, but I'm just over here like, why are you green? Why are you red? Why are you dead? Hey, you kids don't look so good. Running a fever? Well, the management can't have that. Here, let me come over and take your temperature. Alright, fine, I'll come back later, yeesh.
You know, quite frankly, if you let the moon fall on Clocktown and Majora's Mask, you just suck. Alright? You're dumb. You have an entire 3 days to play a couple of notes on an ocarina. That's a bargain, bro. See, look. It's coming already. You had an entire 3 days, dude! You had an entire 3 days to play just a couple of notes on your dumb little flute. Don't you dare say it's an ocarina, I'll slap you. Oh, that's right, I can't slap you. I'm gonna die. You suck.
Nah, man, I'm good. I'll walk it off. Yeah, this one kind of speaks for itself. It would be one thing if your character did a mere regular fall, but the rotating, coupled with the constant flailing of limbs as if that will slow the descent, makes this game over screen much more panicking. Unless I added the sound effect. But no, seriously, this is no time for laughing. See this? This is your fault. Better hurry up and get those quarters. You're running out of time. You're running out of time! Hurry! 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 Oh, too late. Batman ain't Batman without the people he beats up. But there's those few occasions where the people he beats up manage to turn the tables.
What? We live in a world where that's possible? I know I just shattered the minds of many of you who believe that Batman is ungodly perfection who never loses, but in light of this new revelation, let's proceed.
So you've just beaten the Bat. Like, the Bat. It's a cause for celebration. So in the event that Batman is defeated by his enemies, or even henchmen of his enemies, yeah, that's possible too. I'm sorry to have to do all this to you, man. Said villain will, rightfully so, taunt the ever-living crap out of Wayne's newly dead body.
All this build-up and he falls over like he's made of sticks? What an anticlimactic ending.
Rude!
You fought well, and so I grant you the favor of a quick death.
And I shall perform this favor by walking away.
When you wake up, you will be mine.
You gotta take me out to dinner first.
Riddle me this. What lies on the ground is full of holes and gives off a slight burning smell?
Your face.
It would have been boring if Batman simply keeled over and died. Letting the iconic bad guys get one last taunt in on the game over screen is a splendid touch to an already pretty kick-ass Batman series of games.
Hello?
You missed my call.
No, I didn't. He seems like a nice guy. So this is the only game on this entire list I have not played. I found out about this like a week ago. I'm not even gonna pretend I know what I'm talking about here. But okay, so let's move on. So this game over comes from a game called Total Distortion. So some of you might know where this is going. Some of you might be in the dark like I was, but let's carry on.
Do not come any closer, or I will destroy you.
An invitation to come closer? Why, don't mind if I do. What? I was invited!
Look at those pearly whites. Not only do they show us in bright yellow dancing text that you are, in fact, dead, they sing about it.
You are dead, dead, dead. You are dead, dead, dead.
Thought you were hot. Guess what? You're not.
You are dead, dead, dead.
If I weren't already dead, that would have done it. Never before has dying been so groovy.
You are dead, dead, dead. You are dead, dead, dead.
Your heart has stopped and your brain is cold. You were so dead, and now your body is starting to mold. You were so dead.
You guys are being way too vague. What's this song about? What's the message? Throw me a bone here. I mean, not one of my bones. It's not like I'm dead or anything.
Every other game over on this list was about dying. Here we have a game over that's the exact opposite.
Game over, yeah!
Play that again.
Game over, yeah!
One more time.
Game over, yeah!
This also sounds like one of those brief tunes that play on sitcoms right before the commercial break.
Hey, honey, I'm making some fresh squeezed lemonade.
But honey, that's the bathroom.
Yeah, I know.
But Smash, this isn't a game over. You don't die to get to this screen. Sometimes this screen plays when you win. It's not a game over.
Objection!
Actually, this is a game over, and I'm prepared to take this case to court with my finest lawyer. Myself. Exhibit A. Notice the presence of the word game in this game over screen. Peculiar. Now, Exhibit B. Over. Over is also a word that transpires in the game over screen, which one would think is a coincidence, but notice its placement right after the word game. Aha, interesting. And now, finally I present to you, Exhibit C! That wasn't an actual exhibit, I just wanted to play that part again. Your Honor, the defense rests. This is a really creaky chair.
How would you like to spend the entire rest of your life as a table leg? Oh, hell no! And why would you be in a situation like this? Because the Panther King doesn't want a wobbly table where he keeps spilling milk. There's a couple of variations of the game over cutscene depending on how Conker dies before reaching the screen. If Conker's merely knocked out, table leg it is. If he drowns, is burned, etc., he escapes this fate. I mean, obviously he's still dead, but I think we can all agree here we'd rather take that over the alternative. The very long, for the rest of eternity, probably very uncomfortable alternative. Truly a fate worse than death. Which is why in my book, it's number 1. Almost. If it wasn't for...
I tried. I really, really tried.
When I set out to make this video, I had a couple goals jotted down. 1, include enough details that you believe help justify why you have a particular game over on the list. 2, stop playing Smash Brothers for 4 hours straight and go freaking edit already. 3, don't put the Metal Gear Solid game over at number 1, you predictable piece of filth. And yet, here we are. You know how it goes. Get off, friends scream your name in vain, game over, dun 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. It's iconic, nostalgic, and I really should have better reasons than that, but I don't. Oh well, I don't have to be good at arguing cases when I can sell t-shirts!
Dead, you are dead.
Thought you were hot. Guess what? You're not.
You are dead.
You brought your whole adventure to a screeching halt.
You are dead.
Your